A brand new day with a brand new account that I have audited. And in this video, I'm going to explain the main key insights that I found from the account. I think you're going to learn from it as well when you do your account audit. And I'm going to share here a lot of interesting details. In the second part of the video, I'm going to share AI findings. So I let AI analyze the account as well. And then we're going to compare and see who did the job better, me or the AI. And at the end of the day, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my audit, combine it with AI, and send a full detailed audit summary to the client. So let's not waste more time and start first of all with account audit. First things first, I'm going to click on admin and click on account settings. And here the first thing that I found is the IP exclusions are missing. Is it critical to have IP exclusions? It depends on your business. If it's a competitive one, how many employees do you have in your company? If a company has a lot of employees, we don't want to present our ads to the employees because we don't want them to click, we don't want them to see, we don't want them to mess up our performance. So here I would recommend to exclude the IP address of the company employees. It's not critical, let's say, but it is important and nice to have. All right, second thing is seasonality adjustments. Let's go to the tools. And here, let's go to budgets and bidding and click on adjustments. So we're currently in the end of the year. We have Christmas. And before that, we had Black Friday. Where's the seasonality adjustments for Black Friday? I don't know. Where's the seasonality adjustments for Christmas? I don't know either. Seasonality adjustments is something that you need to have so that the algorithm can prepare for the upcoming changes in holiday season, because in holidays people tend to buy more. The conversion rate might be higher than usual. And without these adjustments, it might confuse the algorithm. It's basically designed to help algorithm work with unpredictable market changes. It is missing here. For exclusions and seasonal, there's nothing here, and that kind of shows me that the job here is not done properly, because it should have some kind of seasonal adjustment here. Then let's go to bulk actions and click on solutions. So here, if you click on plus icon, you can see that Google already predefined 6 important automations. 3 of them are the most important. One of them is link checker. What it does is that it monitors the links that appear in your ads, and in case the link leads to broken page 404, then it will notify you via email. Hey, there is a broken link. You're wasting money, people click, and they get to broken page. Fix that. This is like super crucial. And you can activate it. It's completely for free, and it's not active, which already starts to kind of piss me off. Then we have account anomaly detector, very nice to have in case there are some drastic changes. Let's say the traffic, the number of clicks dropped by more than 50%. It will make sure to notify you and send you an email. And you can also use account summary just to see how everything is doing on email. It's not that important. I think these 2 are the most important, but you can activate all of them. Why not? Like, let Google do the automations for you. So this is missing. Let's move on to the next one, data sources. So let's go to data manager. And first things first, I can see that the Google tag is not installed properly. And this is a big issue because Google tag is used to connect the data between the website and Google Ads specifically. For example, when a user lands on a cart page, in addition to sending just the event like, hey, this user that clicked on the ad, it landed on the cart page, so you can retarget him. It can also send additional data, like the user's email address that he inserted, his name, phone number, location, many other like parameters that can help Google identify that user besides the email address. So it can make the retargeting much more accurate, and the data will be much more accurate as well. That's just one example. There are so many use cases, and Google Tag nowadays is a must to install if you're using Google Ads. And the fact that it's not installed or not installed properly is a red flag. Moving on to next data sources. So first of all, this client has a YouTube channel. I can see that it's not connected, which is not that critical, but because they don't run YouTube campaigns, but still, in case they will decide to do so or decide to use their YouTube videos in the ads, we can track the metrics. How does it affect the YouTube channel? So we can connect these two sources, and you should do that in case you have YouTube channel. Then we have Search Console that shows us the organic search results in Google. Very important to connect between these two. And Google Business Profile. So if you have a physical location of your store, of your business, connect it. Why not? Like, so I can see none of this is currently connected, which is shame. Let's move to the next one. Content suitability. So this allows us to adjust the inventory and what kind of websites show our ads. For example, let's click on excluded sensitive content. You can see there are few categories here: tragedy and conflict, sensitive social issues, sexually suggestive, etc., etc. And if you don't want your ads to be shown on, let's say, YouTube videos that their main topic is tragedy, conflict, wars, I don't know, something negative, you can exclude it here. And at this moment, I can see that none of this works, like, except park domains. Okay, that's obvious. But for a big brand, a big business that cares about its brand reputation, you should use these settings. You should exclude all irrelevant placements that you don't want your ads to appear on. Simple as that. Let's move on to the next one. Business location is not used. Okay, let's go to shared library and click on location manager. So if you have a physical location, put it in the account. Let it appear in the search results unless you have some specific reason you don't want to. The more information you provide, the better. That's the golden rule. So you should definitely add location. And if you have multiple stores, add all of them here in the location manager. Brand list. Let's go to brand lists. So here you can choose if your ads will show on searches that mention specific brands. And I think this is important. For example, let me click on create brand. You can add here the brands. If they are your competitors and you want your ads to show, use it. Use this brands list. It's very useful for this specific reason. Then we move to exclusion lists. And here I can see that there is no negative keywords list. And usually account managers, they work either on account level negative keywords list, for example, a global ones, like you're selling something, but you don't want to give things for free. So you can put free as a negative keyword. They're like a global keywords that you don't want people to use, so they will trigger your ads. And then if you want to be more specific, you go to each campaign, and for each campaign you have its own exclusions in terms of keywords. And here there is no keywords on the account level. And from what I checked, there is no negative keywords on campaign level, which is a red flag. Let's move on to next thing. Audience segmentation can be improved. Okay, let's go to Audience Manager. And let's click on Audiences. So there is just one broad audience appearing in the targeting options. I mean, I get it. If you're running just, let's say, search campaigns, it's not that crucial. But if you want to be very specific with your targeting and you want to test out different audience segments, you should create them. Having just one segment named broad audience is not a proper way to test the audience, because at the end of the day, you're trying to get to your ideal customers, right? So you want to identify their specific parameters like demographics, their interests. So you should build some kind of like 2 or 3 buying personas. What kind of people will buy from you? And then test them out and see which one works the best. You know, a classic A/B testing, which is missing here. Let's move on to next one in troubleshooting policy manager. I can see there are 3 policy violations. And if you have active policy violations, it does a lot of issues with your account. First of all, it can affect directly the performance. It can cause your account to be closed or suspended in some like very, very bad cases. But here it shows that it limits the inventory. So not everyone will see your ad because it triggers pilot. You can try to appeal. I can see that they tried to appeal and got rejected. And if that doesn't work, you can just replace the disapproved asset, in this case, that has policy violation. So just remove this one and try to create another one. Don't keep an asset that triggers policy violation in your account. You're kind of just sabotaging your performance this way. And this is one of the basic things that any Google Ads manager, any agency needs to monitor. Policy violations, first thing in the morning, check policy manager. See that there are no issues there, that everything is clean. Conversion tracking is one of the, I think it's the main thing that sabotages most of the accounts in Google Ads. Let me show you. Let's go to goals, conversions, and click on summary. So first of all, we can see there's an issue that Google tag is not installed on the website. This means that things like enhanced conversion data will not work. We need to fix that. But let's scroll and see the total number of conversions and what they are. You can see we have here 4 conversions. Let's start first of all with purchase. For purchase, we have 2 conversions. One active, shows needs attention, so something is wrong there. And the other one is inactive. And if we look at the source, one shows Google Analytics and the other shows website. So one conversion that is active now comes from Google Analytics. And the other conversion, which should be coming from Google tag that is not installed, is inactive. And you want to have these 2 conversions on your account, but only one of them should be active. And it's not the Google Analytics one. And I will explain what I mean. Google Analytics has its own way of measuring the data, and it's not a native source of data compared to Google Ads. Google Ads has its own code. So when you use Google Ads native Google tag tracking, it sends much more data. It's much more accurate, and it gives much more opportunities for Google Ads to optimize better because it sends more data, it's more accurate. On the other hand, Google Analytics 4 is good, it's good for just comparing the data sometimes, and also for optimizing this data within Google Analytics, looking at the conversions, purchase data within Analytics, because you cannot see the Google tag purchase data in Analytics. So that's the reason. And you want to keep it in your account just to compare, see the discrepancy, that it's not too high between the platforms. Otherwise, you have some kind of a data discrepancy issue. Here, it's an issue. Let's move on to the next conversion. So we have add to cart conversion and begin checkout. And the issue here is that all conversions are marked as primary. And primary conversion is the conversion that Google uses to optimize each campaign here on account level. And the issue is that you need to have an event that is the most important for you as a conversion. So if it's an e-commerce, purchase is the main event, and this is the only event that should be marked as primary, the only event that Google needs to optimize for. The other ones need to be marked as secondary conversions, so Google won't optimize, but you will still be able to see it in the report. So when you analyze, you can use the secondary conversions as an extra layer of accuracy. When you optimize the results, you look at the purchase first, and then as a bonus, you also look at the cart numbers and at the checkout numbers to just validate that the decision you're making is an accurate one. Hope that makes sense. It's all marked as primary, that's a big issue. And in terms of value, everything here records value. And cart and checkout page, they should not have value, ideally. I mean, sometimes there is an approach when you're just starting out, you don't have any conversion. So you need something to work with, something to give Google. In that case, usually the best approach is to start with manual bidding. Don't rely on conversions. Gather enough conversions, let's say 30 to 50 conversions a month at least, and then start switching to automated bidding. But sometimes some account managers choose to start with middle conversion. So not the end one, the purchase, but the middle conversion. And it has its own pros and cons. It really depends on situation, but ideally, you want to optimize towards the last step, the end goal, the purchase. Rule of thumb, use one conversion, put it as a primary, and only that one should count conversion value. Because now when I will try to optimize the campaigns, I will see incorrect value because some of the value came from the purchase, so it's real money, and the other came from cart. It's not real money because the person didn't buy anything. So that's an issue. Let's move on to next one. What do we have here? Yes, let's go to assets. Campaign, assets. Let's click on this one. And here there's some hidden assets that automatically apply to your account without you even knowing. Google decides to do it. And it's really hidden. And most people, like the agency, for example, that manages this account, doesn't know about it. So when you click on more here, you need to click on account level automated assets. Then you click again on more, click on advanced settings. And here you can see all the account level automated asset settings. So this means that Google can automatically generate site links, call out, structure snippets. And on paper, it sounds nice, right? Because Google can just enrich your ads, make them more relevant to the user. But the issue is that we're not there yet. And the platform is not ideal. It sometimes can generate something weird, something odd, strange, irrelevant to your business. So I can see that the dynamic images is the only thing that is switched off. But if we're looking at the business names, business logos, like why would I need to switch it on? I can just upload the logo. I can use the business name, just write my business name in the ad, and that's it. I don't want Google to find some weird picture on the website and then use it as a logo if it decides to do so. This something is definitely worth reviewing. In some cases, you would like to keep some of them on. In most cases, you would like to switch them off. And that is my recommendation. Let's move on now to product feed, because this e-commerce, it has PMAX and shopping campaigns together running. So let's look at the products. First of all, with the products, the issue here is that we have missing attributes like age group, color. There's something wrong with the feed. We need to go to Merchant Center and see what is the issue, try to fix it. Second issue is that, let me sort it out by price. We have a $12,000 necklace and we have an $8 and $100 items within the same campaign, within the same ad group. And the audience that wants to buy a $100 ring is completely different from the ones that want to buy $10,000 ring. So they should not be together. There should be a proper segmentation for this type. Third thing is that we have different product categories combined all together in one campaign. So we have the studs, necklace, bands, diamond rings, everything together. And in total, there is something like 10,000 products. So we have 10,000 products, unsegmented, not by price, not by category, within one campaign. And the campaign has like a few $1,000 budget targeting the whole US. Can you see the problem here? There's definitely an issue, big issue here, red flag with the segmentation of the campaign. Okay, let's go now to the campaigns. So we have two campaigns here, PMAX and shopping, and there's already an issue because PMAX and shopping are targeting the same product feed. What does this mean? This means that they are cannibalizing each other. They're competing with each other on the same audience, not all the time, but some of the time, and they're promoting the same products. So this will cause cannibalization. It will cause an increased ad costs, and it will damage your performance. They're competing with each other instead of competing with your competitors. So there is an issue with this. You should either go with PMAX or go with shopping campaigns or target a different inventory for them. Another thing is that both of these campaigns, they don't have segmentation. I talked about it before with the products in shopping campaign. Same thing applies to PMAX. It has just one asset group, and that's it. One asset group, small budget for 10,000 products targeting the whole US. That's a big issue. Okay, now we're going to compare our audit with AI's audit and see if it found some additional issues or missed some of them compared to my original audit. So let's start. Top 7 critical findings. Critical issue number 1, Google tag not installed and broken conversion tracking. This is something that we covered, so it is excellent. Then PMAX and shopping cannibalization destroying performance. Perfect. I'm just very happy that I was on point with this one. Then we have shopping campaign has 0 segmentation. All right. Account structure is severely underdeveloped. Yeah, so it uses PMAX and shopping, but what about search campaigns, which is kind of like the core of Google Ads? If you're starting out and you don't want to use smart bidding, because you don't have enough conversion data, use search campaigns, use them with manual cost per click, get volume from the relevant people using relevant keywords, targeting relevant searches, start getting conversions, and then slowly switch to automated bidding. That's the go-to strategy. Critical issue number 5. Account optimization has been stagnant for 2 months. Okay, so it checked the changes history of the account, and it saw that there were no big changes in terms of optimization for 2 months. The question is, what is the agency doing besides collecting the retainer in this account? I think it's very, very neglected. Issue number 6, missing essential service integrations. So like YouTube channel, Search Console, we already talked about it before. Critical issue number 7, no negative keywords and policy violations. So basically we're on the same page with AI. Everything is on point. I'm just glad that my audit was correct and accurate. In the end, I'm going to combine all of these 2 audits together, make some nice presentation for the potential client, send it over, and wait for his feedback.